Let us learn to do contrast analysis. To do contrast analysis, again go to one-way ANOVA and click on contrast. Now contrast is a useful option when you just want to make a comparison between two categories. Now in this case we are having just three categories, so looking at the result becomes like say pretty clear. But contrast can be done when you are having like say large number of categories and you want to keep certain categories constant while testing the effect between other two categories. So suppose for some reason in this case I want to compare only clerks with the custodial employees and I want to exclude the managers from the analysis. So by going into the coefficients, I can perform a contrast in which I can define these categories in the way they have been presented in our data set by a certain value, and the category that I want to be absent from data will be given a 0 value, while the categories that I want to be present will be given two contrasting values like say -1 plus 1 or -10 and plus 10 or -39 plus 39. You can give them any value. The important thing is that the values of the contrast variable should be same and must have positive and negative value. So we want to compare only clerks with the custodial employees. So let's give a value of 1 to the clerks, value of -1 to the custodial employees, and value of 0 to the managers, because we want them to be absent from the analysis so that the total coefficient value is 0. So always total coefficient value should be 0. You can conduct multiple contrast here by clicking on this next button if you want to do so. For example, in this case you can compare clerks with the managerial employees and so on. But post-hoc comparison has already done this job for us. So press continue and click OK. So once you do the contrast, you get a contrast test table like this, and contrast test table is nothing but a t-test table in which we are again having equal variances assumed versus not assumed, and we know groups are not equal, so we are going to look at the equal variances not assumed table. And the value of contrast t value is, since these are just two groups, so we are having the t-test 5.45 and it's a significant. So it means there is a significant difference in the salary of clerk as well as the custodial employees. So it's important to know the equal variances assumed condition. For example, if the equal variances are assumed, we are having a non-significant effect, but if it is not assumed, we are having a significant effect.